Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. We are talking Caribbean fashion and the arts festival that we are going to be chatting about this morning. They recently unveiled their latest initiative, the Illustrate Arts Impact Initiative to End Violence. To tell us more about it, we have the executive director himself, Kevon Fotheringham, who is no stranger to us here, and also the director, Dr. Alastair Martin. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So for those who may not be aware or be familiar with this, what is the Caribbean Fashion and Arts?
Yes. Caribbean Fashion and Arts Feature Festival, it's a non-profit entity that was founded in 2006, and our mission is to merge arts, culture, fashion, and everything creative, but also to affect social change using the arts.
Okay. And I understand that you all will be having a 6-month intense program. What is this about?
Okay, so it's called the CFAFF Illustrate Initiative to End Violence, and so we decided to use the visual arts this time to address violence against women and girls, and we're going to focus it on youth age 15 to 25, so they're going to come in and be immersed in an intense arts program that's also going to focus on entrepreneurship, and we're going to infuse messages of ending violence against women and girls into that entire program.
Wow, so I'd like to welcome into the conversation Dr. Alastair Martin. So we were talking about using visual arts to end violence. How does this really work?
Well, it's a form of resistance art that we want these young persons to eventually exhibit at our exhibition in October. Basically, as we see, arts can be used as a voice to impact social change and to express opinion about what is taking place in society. Like we even see with Black Panther, it's fiction, but it speaks so much into Black identity and Black history. And visual arts is one form of a conversation that can take place. So we want these young people to really locate their voice and their eyes and their space within gender-based violence and what has been taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, and to say something, to make a statement about it.
And who will be some of the guests at this particular program?
Well, actually, we have a host of our different types of facilitators who are going to be taking them through a journey of visual arts. So we have Candace Francis, who is a fashion designer and jewelry designer, but also an artist. We have myself, I'm going to be doing some sessions. Alastair Martin is going to be doing some sessions, as well as a team from Agitate Media, who will be taking them through the visual arts part of it, as well as the gender-based violence prevention part of it as well.
What are the requirements to join?
You must have a passion for art and also have an interest in social causes in general and really want to make a change.
Based on the interactions you've had with people so far, would you say the response has been quite encouraging?
They are excited. A young lady called me last week and she said this is perfect because it gives her the opportunity to merge both. So she is socially conscious and she wants to make change because these are change makers that we are training here. She wants to make change and she loves the arts as well. So she's getting the opportunity to develop her skills in a professional way, in a way that at the end she can brand herself and even monetize her products. And she gets the opportunity to inform social change and inform the social fabric in Trinidad and Tobago.
What led to this idea? How did you all actually come up with this concept?
Okay, well, actually, I have worked in the gender-based violence realm before. So the company that I worked before was PSI, and they developed this gender-based violence prevention campaign, and they're actually letting me use it. So, and I decided, so I had that opportunity. Now, how can I merge it into the mission and vision of the entity, which is to use the arts? So we just merged the two. And really, gender-based violence is a really serious problem. When we look at the news, there's so many women being affected, and there are men being affected as well, but you don't hear the stories as much. But it's 1 in 3 people who will be affected by gender-based violence in their lifetime. So I think it's something that is needed, it's really powerful.
So when does this program actually begin?
It begins on March the 10th. We have our launch on March the 8th, which is International Women's Day.
Yes.
And we are looking for 15 youth, so it's a really small program, and it's people aged 15 to 25. We have a few who are even over the age. So we only started to advertise about 2 weeks ago, and we're almost full.
Wow.
So we have room for about 5 more people. So we're trying to get them after this interview today.
What is expected to happen at the launch? What can we expect?
We're actually partnering with an international NGO called Cultures of Resistance.
Cultures of Resistance.
Yeah.
Who is Cultures of Resistance?
They are an entity, and they really focus on looking at using the arts as well to end violence and acts of war. So, and they do documentaries. So a lot of their documentaries are based in the eastern part of the world, different parts of Africa and Asia, where people are using the arts to stand up for their rights. So they are partnering with us. So the first time their films will be shown locally. So we're going to be doing a documentary and going to have a little discussion after and sort of introduce people to using the arts to end violence and to address social causes.
In terms of your vision for this particular initiative, what do you have in mind?
Well, this is just the pilot stage, which is why we only have 15 young persons. We expect that the next installment of CFAFF Illustrate, we would be able to engage a larger group, and at the end of the day, they would be more empowered socially as well as economically, where they go into their communities, they share the information through their families, friends, and the wider community group, and they are able to be more sustainable as young people on the whole, and delve even further into the creative arts, which is a viable field.
Okay. Now, I understand the topic specifically, gender-based violence prevention. That was selected. Let's talk a little bit about that. Why that particular topic? Do you think that this is definitely timely at this point?
Yes, it is timely, but also in terms of our entity, we are looking at focusing on one social cause, and the social cause is ending violence in general. So at this time, we're going to start with gender-based violence. We're going to move on to stuff like anti-bullying and stuff like that, all around violence. But this time we're starting. And our main partner, our main donor for this one is Indrani's Light Foundation, which is an international NGO that focuses on ending violence against women and girls. So they are partnering with us and they are co-funding. So we decided to lead with this one, and then we're going to move into other things after.
Okay, so you're going to target schools as well?
Yes.
So that is a main area.
You've actually been to schools. Yeah.
We have been networking with schools since we started CFAFF. So we have relationships with schools in the East, and we go to them first. We talk to the teachers, and we have a relationship with them because, you know, within the education system, they may not be able to get the attention or the resources that they may need within the school environment. So we want to provide that support, particularly for students in the arts.
Okay, so in terms of the financial support, do you all have sponsors?
Yeah, so the Indrani's Light Foundation, which I just mentioned, that's the major funding partner. And then locally, we got people like Benny Caribe and Bead Cafe, Trinidad and Tobago Bridge Initiative. They are coming on board as like funders as well. So we got a lot of creative entities to come on board. Alicia's own company, Code, she's coming on board to bring all of her technical services as well as Agitate Media. So we have partners who are giving some funds and also who are lending their skills.
Okay. Dr. Martin, your personal experience, you're very driven, you're very passionate about this. Why?
Well, I consider myself to be a youth worker. I'm about reducing social displacement and empowering vulnerable populations. And youth and women tend to be two of those categories that are extremely vulnerable and easily disempowered. And any kind of project that targets these populations, I am on board. And that's why I work along with CFAFF, because they have that vision. So I see through this initiative, I don't look at it as 15 young persons. I see all those persons who they will come into contact with. I see all the persons who will come and look at their work. I see the network that they will go through, the professionals who they will be networking with through the program, and the possibility for internships for them. So it's all about empowerment at the end of the day, and that's why I'm involved in this project.
Are you also welcoming volunteers, for instance, people who are skilled in arts, designing, social work even, and how can they contact you to be part of this?
Well, actually, it's funny that you say that. The Trinidad and Tobago Volunteer Association, we are partnering with them. So we actually have a call out right now. So if you go onto our Facebook page, Caribbean FAFF, there's actually a host of different types of ways that you can get involved, and you have to apply through them. So it's a really formal process, Trinidad and Tobago Volunteer Council.
Who are some of the people that you're looking for?
We are looking for a community arts outreach person to work together with us, who is going to go into the actual communities and take all of these lessons that we have and sort of share it there. So it's 15 people who will be involved in the course, but we wanted to reach the wider audience. So we're looking for somebody to do that, and we have other programs like our artist residency program, so we're looking for different people.
How successful do you see this program being?
I think that we have skilled persons who are on board in terms of the coordinators and the managers. We have very trustworthy facilitators as well, because it's through guided facilitation all of this will be occurring. We have the resources, so persons, it's $300 actually for the entire 6-month period. And they can pay it over time or they can pay all at once, but they would be provided with all the material that they need. So it all depends on their willingness and their eagerness and their commitment, and it is going to be a success.
Registration information?
You can reach out to us via Facebook at Caribbean FAFF, also via Instagram at the same handle, and also you can email us at caribbeanfaff@gmail.com, or you can give us a call, 491-3684.
753-6020.
All right, and your closing comments. For those looking on wondering, should I make this step? This is a commitment that I'm going to be making. You know, what is expected of me? Should I make the call?
If you are a young person and you do have a genuine interest in using your talent and using your skills to say something, and also to monetize your skills, and also to network and to make a difference, this is the program for you, and we welcome you. 15 to 25, even if you're a little older, you're a little younger, we're still going to take you based on your willingness to really be immersed in this experience.
And remind us of the purpose of this.
It's to end violence against women and girls. That is the main social cause, but it's also to enhance people's creative skills and introduce them to entrepreneurship.
Okay, well, I'd like to thank you so much for being part of our show this morning. We've been chatting with the Executive Director of CFAFF, Kevon Foderingham, and Dr. Alastair Martin, Director, all right, on the topic of the Caribbean Fashion and Arts Feature Festival.